before you win. Good luck, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing you win, man. You got it, bro. Appreciate it. All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So we just wrapped up the Vegas trip. Obviously, this weekend was Olympia weekend. Today is Sunday. So I'm going over the footage from the expo and kind of trying to include every single person that we met at the booth in that footage. So this is kind of the video showcasing the fans. This was the first year ever that I had my own booth at the Olympia. So it was very exciting. It was definitely an honor. And it was very cool to get to meet people from all over the world. I had people coming from Ireland, France, South Africa, Australia, South America, Brazil, that's the same, I guess. But it was cool to have people from all over the world and get to talk to all these people and hear their different experiences as far as what my videos meant to them, and as far as, you know, why they watch my videos or why they enjoy them and why they wanted to come meet me. It was cool to get to talk to everybody, and that's an opportunity that I rarely get. So it's really unique to get to put a face to all the numbers that I see on my channel. You know, when you see a video get 100,000 views, that's nice, but you don't get to actually see the people that are watching the video or talk to people that are watching the video. So at the expo, I got to have some conversations with all these people, and it really meant a lot to me. So that's what you're going to see in this video. I'm going to kind of voice it over and talk about the overall experience, talk about the Olympia a little bit. Obviously, you guys know that Brandon Curry won. You're going to see him in this video. You're going to see Kenny KO in this video. So of course, me and Kenny got some footage together. So that was cool. We interviewed Sean Roden at the booth. We had Sean Roden work the booth and meet fans and do autographs and pictures and all that sort of thing. Hopefully this year at the Arnold Classic, I will also have my own booth, so I can do this again. And the Arnold Classic Expo is significantly bigger, I think, than the Olympia Expo, so it should be cool to be able to maybe get to meet more people at the Arnold Classic. So without further ado, here is the video, and enjoy. All right, guys, so this is the footage from the Olympia Expo. This is the footage from our booth. This is the Friday footage. The expo here was only Friday and Saturday. If you've ever been to the Arnold Classic is 3 days and the Olympia is 2. So you kind of have that extra day on Sunday at the Arnold where all the booths are closing down, and that's where you get kind of the really good deals. But the Olympia only has a Friday and Saturday expo, so we tried to make the most of it. I think we were at the booth a lot longer on Friday than we were Saturday. The Friday expo, we were probably there 5 or 6 hours, because when Sean got there, I think he was only supposed to be there for a 2-hour window, but I feel like he was there for a good 3 hours, and we were probably there 2 hours before Sean even got there. So that was cool. I was actually really surprised by the number of people that came through to meet me, because I didn't really know what to expect. Because most of you guys watching my videos know that I don't really show my face in too many videos. I do on Instagram, obviously, and I do on my vlog channel. And the occasional video, I'll have the front-facing camera on. But I didn't really know how many people would actually come through and recognize who I was, but there was actually a lot. There were so many to the point where we actually really didn't get the opportunity to leave the booth, because every time we would like turn around to go, get a drink or go to the bathroom or something, it seemed like a new person would come up every time. Especially when we had Sean at the booth, it was just like a madhouse. And you guys probably saw the interview that I did with Sean, which was a real honor for me to be able to interview Sean, especially at the Olympia, which he was not allowed to compete at. So that was a cool experience. A lot of people thought it was kind of controversial that I was having Sean at my booth because of the pending allegations against Sean, obviously. But I do believe in innocent until proven guilty. And I wanted to kind of put my money where my mouth is when it comes to that statement or that idea, and have Sean at my booth, because right now Sean is not guilty of any crime. He's just accused of a crime. So I had no problem having Sean at my booth with just allegations. Sean hasn't been convicted of anything, and I wanted to give Sean the benefit of the doubt and have him at my booth. So day 2 was interesting. Obviously, I'm wearing a different color shirt day 2. So day 2 was fun. It wasn't as busy as the first day, which was surprising for me, probably because Sean was there the first day. But again, if you've ever been to the Arnold Classic Expo, Saturday is kind of like the really crazy day at the expo. And Friday's kind of the slower day, obviously, because people are at work and the expo hours typically run from like 9 in the morning to 5 at night, which basically most people work a 9 to 5. But Friday seemed to be way busier at my booth in particular than Saturday. But Saturday, it felt like when we were walking around leaving the booth was when the most people stopped me, which was interesting because I think the reason for this is, like I said, I don't show my face in many videos, so a lot of people probably recognize my voice. I was wearing the Nick Strength and Power shirt, but it seemed like when one person would stop me, people would like stop and stare and say, wait, is that Nick Strength and Power? Then they would stop me too. I feel like it just took like a person to kind of initiate it for other people to feel comfortable coming up to me, but it was really cool. And I really do appreciate every single person that came up to me. I really appreciate the people that stuck around a little bit longer and actually had conversations with me. I mean, a lot of people came up and just wanted to take a picture or say hi or shake my hand or whatever, which was cool. But I really enjoyed the people that had like a story to tell or came up and said, hey, you know, I got interested in bodybuilding because of your videos, or I did my first competition because of your videos, or people that said they learned about classic physique and had no idea that it even existed and then competed in classic physique from seeing my videos and being a fan of like the old school look, and then saying my videos were like the reason that they found out about this whole division. So that was very cool. I was actually surprised about the number of girls that actually came up to my booth, because I feel like, you know, when you look at my demographics, the main demographic seems to be like men my age, like college age guys, 18 to 25. And when you look at the comments, it certainly seems to be men, but I was actually surprised by the number of girls that came up and said they watched my videos. Girls that came up and said they watch them with their boyfriends, girls that came up with their parents, and their parents were saying that the girls, you know, watch all my videos. And I thought that was actually pretty cool, because that's kind of a rare thing, I think, for like a young girl to follow, you know, men's open bodybuilding. But I think it's cool that the interest is out there, and not just like a totally male-dominated fan base. So that was cool to see. And like I said in my little intro, you know, you see all these numbers on my channel, 700 whatever thousand subscribers, and that looks good, and it's great to have those numbers, but you see a lot of anonymous comments. You just see, you know, the number of likes or whatever. You don't actually get to see the face. You don't actually get to talk to the person, and that was the coolest part about this experience, was being able to, you know, see what kind of people watch my videos and talk to them, see where they're from. And like I said in the intro, people from all over the world, which was the most amazing part to me, because I do look at my analytics a lot, and my analytics generally, the main demographic for me is the US, because I'm based in the US, and the second biggest demographic is typically the UK, and the third is typically Australia. And there were a couple guys from the UK and Australia, but some of like the weirder or, you know, more off the wall Icelandic countries and stuff like that I never see in my demographics because they're smaller countries. It was cool to see people like that come up to me, and it was cool to see, you know, like I said, the girls came up. There were actually some older women that came up as well that I thought was interesting, that they were interested in bodybuilding as well. And some of the conversations I had with people, you know, talking about, asking me questions about how to grow their channels, and that I inspired them to start their own YouTube channels, which I thought was actually very cool as well. Then the other thing that I thought was cool is that we actually had some pros stop by the booth. And actually after the expo, I got some messages from some classic physique pros that said they missed me at the booth and they wanted to stop by and see me. That's the other thing. I got some messages when we left the booth, because the classic physique prejudging was so crazy on Saturday morning that like the crowd of people watching classic physique, because my booth was in the back of the expo, right in front of the expo stage, there were so many people back there, it was like overflowing into our booth. Like people were just standing there watching classic physique. So we left the booth for a significant chunk of time on Saturday, and that's when we were walking around. As you can see in some of these videos, people were just stopping us while we were walking around and taking pictures and videos. And I really wanted to try to include every single person that stopped us, but I think our camera died the first day, so I'm sure there's some people that we missed. So if you're not included in this video, I'm sorry that we missed you, but I'm trying to include every single person on here, and that's why I'm still talking. This guy actually, I recorded an intro for him. He was doing I think he was doing a YouTube video, and I did the little Nick Strength and Power intro, so that was cool. Then also we had Kenny KO stop by the booth. So that was interesting. A lot of people say that me and Kenny look alike. I don't really see it. I thought that Kenny was going to try to do some kind of call-out video or something, because typically that's what Kenny's known for. But he actually came up. He was really nice. He was really respectful. We had a pretty decent little conversation. I'm sure you're going to see it on Kenny's channel, because we just kind of filmed the fact that he came up to us, but Kenny was actually filming with like a microphone for a video. So I wasn't really filming it to include what we were talking about in the video, but I'm sure whatever it was we were talking about is going to be in Kenny's video. I think we were talking about Brad Castleberry and where he was and what Kenny was doing with Blackstone Labs. So Kenny came by, and that was cool. There was no beef. There was no problems. And I was glad to be able to meet him. So it was cool to meet all the people. Meeting the pros and meeting the other YouTubers was interesting, but I think the most important part for me was getting to meet the fans. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to keep rolling some of the footage. I'm just going to put some music over it or something because, like I said, I want to try to include every single person that stopped by that we got footage of in this video, because without you guys, it wouldn't have been possible. And like I said, at the Arnold Classic in March of 2020, I'm going to try to have my own booth there. So if you're going to the Arnold Classic, make sure you stop by because I'm planning on having a booth. I actually talked to the Arnold people while we were there. They actually came by my booth, and we talked about the possibilities of me having a booth at the Arnold. So hopefully that's something that we can make happen. And again, I just want to thank all of you guys for coming by. It really meant the world to me and made me have a really great weekend. So thank you guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed already. You know this week we're going to have all kinds of Olympia updates and videos coming out. Obviously, you had Brandon Curry winning the Men's Open. You had Chris Bumstead, somewhat controversially, according to some people, winning the Classic Physique Olympia. And you had Derek Lunsford actually taking second at the 212 Olympia, which a lot of people thought he was going to win. You had Kamal El Gargani end up winning that show. So that was kind of an interesting result. So we're going to be talking about all of that in the coming week. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And as always, Nick Strength and Power, signing out.